Who was that Webster woman? Did she have something to do with the schools?
Yes.
Jenny.
Jenny Webster.
Was
She
it?
was county superintendent.
Okay. The county superintendent of schools seemed to have enormous power, because I remember when she came to visit our elementary school, we were told she was coming, and if we made a false move, we were dead.
Amen. This right here is Herb Zank's farm. Now it's the Mass Food Market. There's the old schoolhouse.
There's the old school.
That's where Lee Troxel lived.
Yeah.
But you can pick out the make of some of those cars too.
Yep. And here's Herb Zank's barn. You see a lot of 49, 50,
Yeah.
51, 52s in there. This is one of the patrolmen that sending the cars in, and the Boy Scouts are going to park them. Passing out the programs. Here's your airplane strip.
I'd be scared to land.
Did you know anyone around here? I don't know.
Looks a little bit rough. This was the Coila Lane where the house there, that one house. Here it's Cliffy Von Hayden, right here.
Oh, his sister.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who this little one is he's pulling.
Brother. Was he just somebody you ever saw?
But that's the only people that I can really pick out. I did pick out Reiner Butcher in one place.
I just saw a Milwaukee Braves cap, and that was the first year they were in Milwaukee.
Do you know Tiffany? She would be.
But these cars that were in here, they were probably people that were working in the stands and taking care of the tents and all the machinery and stuff. So. And here they're lining up for their plowing match.
They're just starting out.
Yeah. There was a lot of them. Here's your hats. I mean, it's just about everybody had hats on. The tractors and stuff, a lot of them, now you see there's a sign on that tractor. A lot of them had their names of their state or something on them. There was a few of them that didn't, but
Did you?
And sometimes you had a judge follow right along behind you, keeping track of what you did.
Yeah. Because you notice it looked like he had a tape, and I suppose he was measuring depth. And of course, on them plows, some had trip clutches and some had hydraulic to lift the plow in and out.
They use 3 bottom plows, could use 3 on the national,
I think you could,
one just went by.
yeah.
there's Mr. Benson.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is part of the service or if this was Boy Scouts. Hey,
There's Willard Ham.
yeah, Willard Ham, he was the county ed.
Yeah.
Well, I think Governor Calder made a comment at the banquet. He said he was going to make sure he sent a whole bunch of cheese back to Washington with Benson.
This is a tractor that they had, that they made a stand on it so that they could drive around, so they could be able to be seen, or they could see. Kohler and Benson. There's an old police car there, or an ambulance or something, with a siren on the top. This is a hill that runs back, it'd be just north of where Carol Poise lives. Carol and Bob, that hillside, that's where they were all lining up to watch the contest. There definitely was a lot of people there. She was getting a little bit dusty. Were you on that one, Doug? Or Luke?
I can't see me. It seems like I remember if I was waving at a camera. But I forgot that I saw the Queen contest too, or contestants.
You were kind of young then. You wasn't interested in women then.
I should have been though. I was 16. That's awful when you can remember Benson but not the Queen contestants. Oh, this.
This was a plow that they had that they flip-flop it. So they could plow and turn right around and flip the plow over and go back the other way, and they wouldn't have to have all the dead throws and stuff.
Oh, that's clever.
Apparently it didn't turn out too good because they ain't using, here's your band, so this, we figure it's gotta be from Eau Claire.
Well, it must be the Augusta band, I am sure.
I don't believe there's that many tubas. Well, this is the stage that they had, and Benson is going to get up and give this speech. That area right there is about 40 acres. It's pretty well covered, all of it. Okay, stop it. Okay, now these are participants and farmers, local farmers and stuff that are in the contest here. That I think most of them are. I think most of them are farmers there. And they got their wives up there. I think that's Lukey there. I'm not sure. I think that's her name. That's Avery Markham. That's got to be Coyle Langworthy, I believe. Or maybe this one. Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
There's Reinhard Butcher. Here is Homer and Jethro.
Isn't that a pretty shade of green?
And these are the farmers here that are coming down off the stage. Yeah. Avery and Walter.
Nansen.
So here they are performing. Well, one of my classmates, he said that the only reason why he came was just for Homer and Jethro.
Do you know who was the MC?
No, I don't. It was probably somebody from the TV or the radio station.
I saw Lulabelle and Scotty on Friday.
This is our queen, and that was Mary Ann. Her name or something.
You notice there were several different radio station mics there, and I know one of them was WCCO, and Cedric Adams was there. And, you know, if you remember, Cedric Adams, at least to my mother, he was God.
The queen was 17 years old.
You'd think I would have remembered that, but I don't.
I love that it's so windy. He has to hold the crown on her head.
Who's calling her?
Well, this has got to be the guys that won the contest. The state contour plowing contest was won by Lawrence S. Kern, and he was from Barnesville, Iowa. The national champion for the contour plowing was R.C. Cummings. He was from Lewiston, Ohio. And the level land was Graham Stewart from Plainfield, Illinois.
Do you remember how much money they got?
I believe it was like $50.
50 and 100, I think was it.
It wasn't, I mean, probably back then, that was quite a bit, but today it would be like nickels.
But you had to pay to haul your tractor and plow from wherever you came from.
Yeah. And here Benson is going down the line talking to some of the participants and shaking all of their hands and stuff. So. Those are the two main winners right there. Here's our queen. And after the contest was all over with and everything, there was lots of paper, a lot of litter, and I'm not sure if it was Boy Scouts or organizations or something that came in and cleaned up, but whoever did it, they did a wonderful job.
How'd they clean up the toilet areas?
I would imagine that they just fill them in,
Oh, okay.
and the corn and grain would really grow.
We have that tough crop.
This is Guthrie, I think. He was a big push from Eau Claire. Yeah. It would have been nice if they would have had audio on this.
And Ezra Benson eventually wound up being the president of the Mormon Church. But in that church, you've got to wait until you're close to 90 years old before you get to the top.
They had parking on other farms around us too, so. But there was only one farm on the map that they had their name on there, and that was the Richards farm that they didn't participate in. They put this wire fence up around the stage there so that the people wouldn't go up and be able to get to Benson and Kohler. That was a security deal that they had.
Who did the filming?
This was all done by the TV station, I believe.
Someone had mentioned this was like the first Farm Progress Days. Is that true? Is that when it started?
Oh no, this started a long time before that. It was, the year before it was at Cason or Casson, Minnesota, which is over towards Rochester. My dad and Clarence Hearn went over there to see it. And there could have been some more. I don't know if Irby Canute went with them, but there was other people that went. Here's the litter and stuff that was there, and when they got done, there wasn't a piece of paper on the ground.
First Farm Progress Days was held the next year in Waupaca, and they've been holding it ever since, except now it's Farm Technology Days. Just finished, the last one a few weeks ago was down almost to the Illinois border.
That, with all that dust and stuff, that was getting towards the end of the second day. I think that's probably back about when the irrigation they started in the irrigating and using pipelines and stuff to spray fields and stuff, water. And that is it.
So that's our portion of the program. If you want to make any comments or throw anything at anybody, now's your turn.
What happened to the sign that used to be on our right by the site?
We have no idea what happened to it.
Someone said that it blew down, and then I don't know what happened. I know that the Billerbacks planted corn there where the sign was. But I don't know where the sign is. Nobody else knows either.
I think it might be in the grass.
Well, I was hoping to see it here. Making frequent trips from Madison to Augusta, I would always see it on the side of the road. And I would wonder, what in the heck was this contest? And I never researched it, but I wondered. And then one trip, it wasn't there anymore. And then there was a field of corn.
How recently?
What's that?
How recently?
I think a couple years ago or so. And I went on Facebook, or I think it was maybe the If You Grew Up in Augusta, Wisconsin site. And I said, did anybody know what happened to this sign? I've been seeing it for years and now it's gone. And then there was a conversation on Facebook about this event.
That, Sam told me that you must have sent the message that our young librarian had read.
Yeah, are you Sama?
I'm not. I'm Leslie.
Okay.
Sam works at the library.
Microphones in here. You gotta talk into the microphones, please, and ask your questions into the microphones.
Do you want me to run around?
You want to talk to her?
Well, on Facebook, I talked with Sama and Adele Thermes, I think, is that, about this event. And they worked in the library, and then they started to do some research, and they posted some pictures and commentary about this event. And this is in the past year and a half or so.
Sama used all of the, can you hear me without listening? Sama used all of our microfilm over the years, starting in 1953, and has gone through and any photos that she was able to find there. A lot of the stuff that was pulled for this slideshow is just photos from the paper that she cut. And so as she was gathering all this material, she was like, hey, this is cool, put this on the Facebook. So that's how it got out for you and everyone else to see. I know that there was some talk about this sign and where it had gone and why it was gone. And Corey Belk, if anyone knows Corey, he does printing and signage for town. He lives and works here in town. And he had even offered, but I don't know that the right people saw that offer or whether or not they will take him up on that. So I don't know what's going to come about this sign, but I know that there are plenty of people who agree with you that it should go up, and it's an interesting piece of the town's history, which is why we're here today. Anyone else?
Well, I think this is maybe the biggest event in Augusta's history. I can't think of anything else that attracted so many people. Can anybody else? Maybe there was a centennial celebration, I think, in 1956. Does that sound right?
That's right.
But, you know, it didn't attract 100,000 people. So, anyway, that's why I'm here today. I'm from Augusta originally, but I lived in Madison for many years. And it's just an astounding event for our little town.
What's your name?
I'm John Inglesby.
I don't know who's most embarrassed. One of my favorite students.
My favorite teachers.
And I didn't have to pay him for that. Anybody else have any other comments? Well, thank you for showing up. Hope they learned something.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If anyone is interested, I did have some of our Friends members who brought in some brownies and other treats to grab on your way out, or if you want to stay and mingle for a few minutes, you're welcome to. Thank you.
Yes, I guess.